Okay, now we again duplicate this shot. You can duplicate it even earlier if you'd like. So without those transforms and camera shakes. The next one I would like to do other shot from like this perspective, probably from the inside. And let's see, let's find the place. So we need to attach the camera to the car. There is a thing about attaching cameras. So our rig actually has camera mounts. So if you look at the rig, you have camera mount 1 and camera mount 2. You should, when you attach your camera to the car, click attach, and you need to pick the subsequence, and we need to pick our 911. It will ask about which component to attach to. Currently, it doesn't matter because it shows you the bone structure, like basically the pivot structure of all our suspension components. It doesn't matter which you'll be picking because we will be changing this value. So you need to attach it to body, camera mount 1 or camera mount 2. So you right click on the attached track, go to properties, and in the attached component name, type body. But as you see, like our camera right now is in some whereabouts. Why that happened? Because we did not choose to preserve area. Currently, the camera has those positions, right? It's the vault position. And when you attach, just like we did right now, it will not calculate the relative position, because when we attach, the car now becomes the zero coordinate. It's a null object. But we need to preserve the position of the camera. So in that case, we need to, when we attach, we should use preserve current. And after that, when you attach the camera with a preserve current, you pick our car, pick any like part of that, doesn't matter, because this part is just like super strange position. We don't need to care again. Now we need to change the name of the component to body. And now our camera is properly positioned in the place where we need it to be, and it will be just, you know, driving with our car in slow motion, doing just like that. Now we need to reposition our car a little bit, so our camera a little bit. So let's go back here, position our camera. Like, where is that? This car is flying. So yeah, like this. Probably let's make it like GoPro. So don't forget to transform that and delete those keys if you don't need them anymore. So, and we can make it with a focal length about 20 and just like put it here and like transform it like the passenger, you know, is taking the video, and it just like flies there. And again, we can use the rotate, just the rotation. Let's go back to the last one. So rotation should be again like this, transform a little bit forward, transform. And the rotation here, as I always mention, should be cubic. So we go here, look at that, and just try to make the rotation follow the car. Let's see that again in simulation mode. And if we add some camera shake again, that will be looking a little bit more interesting. If we add some small shake too, let's see. So now, what is the difference between camera mount and camera mount 2? So let's open the shot number 4. Let's connect our camera and try to rotate our camera around the object. So the camera, if we just take this spline and make the change for it like this, and if we attach our camera to camera mount 1, camera mount, the first one, I reset the position of the camera, so like this. And if we attach it to the camera mount 1, you'll see that this camera will be just, moving with the car and turning with the car. But if we attach it to camera mount 2, it will ignore the car rotation. So it will be staying on the place, and as you can see, the car is rotating, but camera is not. You should not ever leave this attached component to none, because if I enable right now the tracing, you'll see that there is a line. This line basically aligns the car position when it's trying to find the ground. And if we look right now, if I pick our rig again, you see the camera, we have it, and we have our position to none, connected to an empty component. And if currently, when it is attached to none object, just for the root of the blueprint, if I go with the cube and pick the cube and try to place it, you see the camera just jiggled. So if I go into the camera view and if I try to put it here, right, under the car, it will be shaken. It will be absolutely terrible if you have some uneven ground or some rocks or something where the car is just like, going constantly over them. So if I put some boxes here and there that the car will be like passing on right now. So you will see how terrible it looks. So this is it. And we go into the camera and let's see what is happening. It's always like shaking and jittering. And the camera mount ignores this alignment and always stays on the place. So if we go with the camera mount and play it, let's remove the shake, so we will not consider this one. So this one is smooth and will be going through the object really smoothly. So see, even the car body is driving over the bumps, it will not be doing that. And the camera mount 2 ignores the rotation. It's really good to do some fly around the car. So see, it will be still in place and you can fly around the car without trying to compensate the rotation of the car itself. So see, even if I rotate the car completely, the camera mount 2 will ignore that because it preserves the volt data for the rotation. And you can easily animate the camera revolving around your car without any problem. And if you would like to keep the body shake just to make it feel real, or the camera should be inside, you can choose body and put your camera like on some part of the car. Let's, for example, say here is the GoPro, right? So, and when it drives, it will be doing all this with the body, all the body shakes. So it will feel natural if the car is driving or shaking or something is happening, and you will be able to rotate it with the car. So if I attach currently this to our second car, the GT3, so see it maintains the position, and it is attached to the body. When the car drives, it will be also revolving, just doing like the body does. So if I go onto the side view, you'll see that even when it leans, the camera will lean with the body. So you can do some cool shots like this. And it is really interesting when you can make it for like targeting the wheel and when it drives. Like that. You can still be focused on the wheel. Okay, let's do this. The proper camera. So what is my general thing about the camera animation? Do not use this cinema car rig rail or crane because it is much easier to make it drive with a manual keyframe and manual camera position than trying to figure out why the rotation of the rig rail, why it's like not smooth and so on. This one will give you a smooth result. And if you'd like to make the camera move a little bit to the side from the car, you just should use the camera mount 2 to connect it. So let's open the shot 5, connect this one to camera mount 2, pick our first car and animate this camera with this simple transform track. Let's remove probably from here the time dilation. I want to use a different part of the sequence where the car already lands, like here. So the camera, I would like the camera be here at the very beginning. So let's even go a little bit back, like at this point. Then I transform my camera again, linear motion, the first frame. And now as the cars are almost moving at the identical speed, they're just driving, I want at the end of the sequence, this camera be, for example, here, right? So let's see how it looks like. So it is moving not fast enough. So let's move it, transform like that. And I want this camera to be here, transform, location and rotation, cubic. So it just like runs over there and goes here. So let's see how it looks like with the simulation mode. Now we can add some shake and make it like probably 35 millimeters, the focal length. And if we add some shake, it will look more natural, and we can even introduce the small shake when the car just like hits the ground. So let's add camera shake, small, and camera shake wobble. So we have both of them like that. At the same time, like this. Feels like it's rotating too slow. So I want here, and then I want the camera to rotate and look at this car at the rotation. So it will be just like fast thing going here. We can even add some that it's not making it in time. So like this. Then a little bit back, like here. And let's change the focus. So it goes manual focus distance here. Then when the car lands, the focus should be much closer. So we can just pick the focus point, focus settings, pick the focus point like this, and add the keyframe for that. So it will go and then it will defocus. Let's also enable the daylights for this car so it will look cooler. And there is something here happening, like strange. I don't like the wobble, just like how it is tracking the car. Probably need if I delete this one. Let's see. Maybe the car should be going on the side offset a little bit, so the camera will not be able to reach for it. So pass side offset here 0, like from there, so the camera is not in time with that one. And add pass side offset, move it to the left a little bit, so it just like slipped a little bit. Let's make it linear start, just for the sake of it. Not the proper timing. Yes, this is much better. So it lands, slides with a drift, and then it can come back here and set to 0. So side offset is really useful for that such cases. And the camera wobbles, we have like realistic sort of scenario. We go with a simulation. See, just like holds there. Maybe even we don't need to return back to this place. Yeah, that looks cool.